Greetings from the grave. I'm Haddonfield's homeboy, Jamie Myers.
And I'm the Killer King of Crystal Lake, Zero Boys. And Jamie Myers here, and myself, thought that Bosmetal's video, what do you think? Because it got our brains a-percolating. I made the video response right after I watched your video, but now we need to do a true, proper horror from the grave response to what do you think of Friday the 13th, the remake. We talked a little about it earlier. Now let's really get into it. Let's elbow deep in guts. Here we go. Start it off. We already said my piece, so I want you to do yours.
Okay. Let's see, where should I start on this movie, man?
The beginning.
Okay, well...
We're going to go frame by frame if we have to. No, I'm just kidding. We ain't
well, we don't have enough time. We'll be here till tomorrow morning because we'll dissect this motherfucker to the end. I didn't like how it was so rushed. Let's start off with that. That movie was so fucking rushed. The characters... I'm serious, I couldn't tell the difference between the two dudes. The two main dudes, the dude who rode the bike and Trent. I was like, who's
no, them I could tell. They both had different hair colors.
I couldn't tell the difference, honestly.
I thought you were talking about the boat driver.
Yeah, throw the boat driver.
The boat driver? Yeah, the boat driver and Trent. They all had the same goddamn hair.
They all look exactly the same, just with different shades of color of hair. But yeah, for a minute there in the theater, I was serious like, what the? What?
Took a while to catch up.
And my old lady's like...
Okay, guy with the bike.
My old lady's like, this is awesome. And I looked there, I was like, I fucking hate this. And I just looked back at the screen. I was so pissed. I was not. I didn't like how he was a master electrician, a master marksman. Fucking A, man.
Well, I got you on the marksman.
Yeah, you got me on the marksman, which I respect that now, and I like that little knack for detail that they use, because that's actually good with the archery trophy up in the Jason's room.
When the Nick Manel and Whitney
Nick Manel
are in the house for the first time, you guys could check it out, but when they're in Jason's room, there is an archery trophy.
He's like, this is a little kid's room.
The bow and arrow shot that some people like, some people don't like, which is cool. I mean, you know, I like bow and arrow kills in Rambo.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily Friday the 13th, but, you know, you see the marksmanship trophy, the bow and arrow kill, it was cool. I didn't like how there was no blood spray on the window.
You know what's better than the bow and arrow kill in Friday the 13th, 2009? You know what's better than that? Spear gun kill on Friday the 13th 3D. That's way better, dude.
Bullseye. And never forget the Friday the 13th 3 first kill hockey mask pimp dip.
That was it. That's the whole
pimp dip.
We've talked about the pimp dip before. Strut.
This hockey mask thing and me killing people is going to work out just fine. It was like they knew. It was great. Okay,
and this is the thing that got me the most, more than any of the stupid nonsense that went on in the remake of Friday the 13th. There was a lot of nonsense. Let's all fucking be real here.
Let's be honest.
That sex
look ourselves in the mirror.
Was fucking ridiculous.
Which one?
The fucking redonkulous one where he said, what did he say?
Don't put this on the internet or your tits are stupendous.
Yeah, your tits are stupendous. That was fucking redonkulous.
It was,
dude,
long too. It was like, oh my god, Jason could be killing 15 people by now.
Right at that moment, I expected Optimus Prime to bust through the side of the wall. Kool-Aid Man, that's what I was waiting for. It didn't happen.
No.
That would have made the movie for me. It would have all redeemed itself. Ugh. But it did not happen. Oh yeah! That would have been... And he just drove away.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. And there would have been Jason
at the
helm.
Was barricade. But anyway.
Right. But the thing that I hated the most is at the end, when he's all tied up in the thing and he's getting pulled back, she's like, Jason. He's like, huh? And all of a sudden, it's not pulling him back no more.
Right. Anyone who knows the power of those wood chips, whether you've seen it on TV, in mafia movies, or just your neighbor down the street getting his yard trimmed and they're putting those big-ass tree branches through it, it's not going to stop if it hears your name for something. It's like, what? In real life, the noise of the chain, the machine, like his head to the thing, she could have been Jason Voorhees.
You just won $10 million.
You're the man, and a free Carnival cruise, and you're going to Disneyland. Charlie Brown episode, that's all it would have been. So, and you know, he's fighting with him, and Jason! Oh.
What?
Yeah.
That was redonkulous.
Go to hell with your mom.
Dumb.
You fucking bitch. First of all, you don't say hurtful things like that, man.
Yeah, you don't rip on someone's mother.
You don't rip on anybody's mama, no matter. All mamas would do the same thing that mama would do. Well, they should.
I think some of them would.
So I know mine would.
I know mine would have.
Should have been like, who did what? Get ready for an all-you-can-eat buffet because the lunch lady's going. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
That was, you're right, that was dumb.
The weed farmer nonsense.
Oh.
That was nonsense. The master electrician. That was bullshit.
And the lack of attention to detail. The props department did better than the writing and editing department. Like I said, they had that trophy for archery, and they worked it in with the, because they did the bow kill. So the props department was like, oh, let's put a fucking archery trophy up here. And then you get Jason dropping a headless corpse, and nowhere in the movie is anyone decapitated except for the alternate decap scene where he gets the mask. Like, that's how you get a mask. And then instead... Talking to a half mannequin that he screwed. It wasn't even a full body mannequin, so how do you lose his virginity to it? I'm getting me some belly button. I'm
getting me some torso up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, and the one thing...
Good for his self-esteem because he could go guts deep.
And the one thing that our old pal, this is burned into my mind. Like, oh, dude, it's landing in my popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
This burned into my mind like the way that did for you. Our old pal, Sean Caution. Our number one. We don't like it. I'm not saying we like him more than the rest of you. We're not playing favorites, but that dude's been around since day one. He's been around since day zero. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He won the first contest. He was the only motherfucker that entered.
Yeah. We didn't
That's how far
that,
it goes back.
But now you know.
But Caution said, how is Jason running in mid-thrust? And then
title. Ding, 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 ding. And then he ends up capturing her. Then she escapes, and now Jason is not only merciful to keep you as a hostage, now Jason is forgivable. Oh, you shouldn't have ran. Come back. Come back. I have many rats for you to eat. Kept her alive for 6 weeks. When did Jason open up a soup kitchen?
And the locket,
by the way,
that was in her pocket. It was in her pocket, but it reminded him of his mom. So Jason has X-ray vision now all of a sudden. Now he's James Bond, if you will.
The kills were also too quick. Oh. They were just like, except for Trent and Token Black Guy, because all the cast was just stereotypes. And which was another mistake of Friday the 13th. Because all the older Friday the 13th, it was a group of like friends and same like Part 7 for example. That one had the stereotypes, but you could see how they could all hang together. Like Ben, you could see he was friends with I call him Cunt Face because the rich boy. Yeah. And then the girl that's with the rich boy, and then that girl's friends with that. You could see how they were all
intermingled. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get that scene where like, oh, what kind of music is it? Rap? And then of course he's like, oh, well, you gotta be racial. You gotta be racial. Oh, I'm sorry, it's rap. What?
Stupid.
Now you're trying to give us Saturday morning morals and crap like that.
We don't want
goddamn ridiculous.
We want butcherings.
And we want brutality.
Yeah, that's all we want.
So that's what we think of the Friday the 13th remake. Derek Mears did a good job as Jason, but he was restrained.
Did a good job.
If he would have had freedom of movement like Kane Hodder, the rivalry would have been, a little bit better. But Kane Hodder did have freedom of kills.
Kane Hodder Jason would kick Derek Mears Jason's ass.
I'm sorry to say, if those two CW bastards can get him into a wood chipper.
Because you ain't getting Kane Hodder in no fucking...
No, because I saw like...
Kane Hodder would have picked up the wood chipper and threw it at him.
That's the number one thing that pisses me off is when Jason's fighting Padaki, whatever his name was in the movie. I saw 5 opportunities to kill Padaki before he got up.
Didn't take one of them.
None. So,
see, Jason got a little soft.
That's what I'm saying. So we got more coming up. We got some reviews, and it's on to the news. Stay if you choose.